Hi, this is Mike from Kyra Medical, creators of the Purple Stirrup. In today's episode, I want to speak to you a little bit about boot size. Boot size for lithotomy stirrups. So I have a pair of Kyra Comfort 500s and a pair of Comfort 350s up on the table here. But let's start by talking about boot size from a well-known competitor. This is the Allen Yellow Stirrup. It comes in a 350 and a 500 size. So we've been using these stirrups for years in the operating room, and you'll know it's a rotomolded boot, so it's this thicker style boot. But really what matters is what's on the inside here, so where the patient's foot is actually going to fit. And when I hold this up, you can see it's a very thin boot. This boot is over 20 years old in design, so it's designed for maybe a thinner patient from back in the day. One of the shortcomings that we've seen over the years is just this very small ankle well. So while you have this for a 350-pound patient in the standard yellowfins, as you get up to the yellowfins elite, it's a bit of a dirty little secret. And what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is that it is the same exact boot that is used for the yellowfin in the 350 version as the boot that is used for the yellowfin elite, which is the 500-pound version. So what does that mean? So when the stirrup is all put together, the stirrup can actually hold more weight, but the boot is the same size. So as a patient's leg gets thicker and bigger for a 500-pound patient, and even a patient at 300, 350 pounds can be too big for this boot when you put the padding inside of it. So it can be touching up against the hard plastic edges, even though there's some padding there, but it's a very constraining boot. And I think honestly, if we've been in the operating room long enough, we can all admit to having those patients that maybe not even 350 pounds that didn't fit into this boot. So for the Kyra Purple Stirrups, what we've done is address those designs. So in our version, let me just put this down, we've expanded this boot box. So we've got a wider place for ankles. So as the ankles get thicker in the 350, we've got more room for it. We've incorporated a flexible lateral fin, so if you need a little bit of extra space up here, the boot has some give to it, not a lot, but it does have some give for those larger patients. Also, we've expanded this out as well. So instead of having this be a rigid boot box, kind of an old ski boot style, we've expanded this and created a more spoon-shaped design. And what that allows for a patient that may have eversion or inversion to have a little bit more room here to sit comfortably. Now, when you move up to the Kyra Comfort 500, which would be this purple one that's closer to me, you can see the difference, right? So not only will this stirrup hold more than this stirrup, 500 pounds versus 350 pounds, but the boot box is bigger in the stirrup. So now, really when you're getting into those patients which have all that weight, a lot more fat, a lot more skin, it has more room inside this box. You can see the difference between the two of these. So now compare the 350 to the 500 in Kyra. Now let me go back and grab the Allen version. Again, dirty little secret, 350 and 500, same boot. Look at the difference from the amount of space that you can put in a patient's leg inside this boot versus this boot. Price-wise, we're going to be less expensive for the 500. Also less expensive for the 350, and they also have a 800-pound stirrup, which we do as well, that also uses a large stirrup boot as well. It can hold up to 800 pounds. So when you're thinking about stirrups and you're considering new stirrups, why go with the same old yellow stirrup? Consider the Purple Stirrup. We've been innovating around stirrups. We've been in this business for over 20 years, and we've applied a lot of that experience to the design. That should make these products a lot more usable for today's modern patient. So if you're considering stirrups, please consider the Purple Stirrup, and that's Kyra Medical. Thank you so much.